present and future generations that what we have as Cameroon today is a combination of two entities that decided to cohabit regardless of their cultural differences. But this national pride finds itself being confronted by a 4-year-plus crisis called the Anglophone crisis. This is a crisis which one of the entities that make up the United Cameroon, celebrated on May 20th, got up to lay claims to a number of demands. Claims which have been and is shaking the very foundation of the country. The Anglophone crisis puts to question the nature of unity we are celebrating. According to this Lekka mind, the crisis is a proof that there is no unity in Cameroon.
National unity? Nobody can believe in this. The world is now very empty. Doesn't mean anything. They are fighting our compatriots in the Northwest, Sudwest for now 4 years. They didn't even vote. They were not registered to participate by voting because there was no peace there.
The high rate of tribalism and hate speech in the country are some of the points that demonstrate this. To this politician, Cameroon is just like a family that is bound to have difficulties and differences. But that does not alienate any member of the family. That there are crises in Cameroon does not tamper with the unity of the country. For, as he says, we all have one country with one destiny. If we accord so much importance to celebrating the National Day every 20th of May, then it is only logical that threat to that unity, like the Anglophone crisis, be handled and do so on time. For a stitch in time saves 9, as says the English adage.
Still on this special page, we continue looking at National Day, but with focus on the celebration marking this year's National Day in Cameroon. Our team of reporters went downtown in the city of Douala today to get the feeling of how the day was observed in this city. And from there, Mange Venasius compiled the following report.
Due to COVID-19 pandemic, the 49th edition of the National Unity Day, like the previous year, is not being commemorated with public manifestation. The streets of the city of Douala are completely deserted. One could misinterpret this public holiday to a lockdown. That the health crisis has pushed authorities to cancel public celebrations, one expected to see signs in the city announcing that we are commemorating a day special to the nation. But for a few national flags flying in a few areas, all seems dead. To Douala city dwellers, this mode of celebration is quite boring. Reason why some have resorted to exercise themselves along deserted streets. At the Beseke ceremonial grounds, there is very little to write home about, apart from a tiny banner carrying the theme for 2021. And so, Cameroonians are feeling the impact of the celebration. One would translate this nostalgic feeling to that burning desire Cameroonians have to foster the unity that makes us, us. It will equally be a call for all Cameroonians to scrupulously respect safety protocols in fighting the pandemic, such that subsequent editions of National Unity Day could be given the befitting celebration it deserves when we succeed to overcome the virus.
Away with National Day commemorations, let's now talk telecommunications in Cameroon. The 3-day forum to celebrate and evaluate 20 years of mobile telephony in Cameroon has drawn its curtains in Yaoundé, with the Minister of Post and Telecommunication calling on stakeholders to multiply efforts in ensuring quality services and network. The event was marked by exhibitions, workshops and B2B encounters. Let's now listen to the Minister of Post and Telecommunications, Minette Libom Lilikeng, who talked to the press at the end of the closing ceremony. Let's listen.
We are happy because we have made an evaluation to see what have been achieved and the many challenges who came out after those 20 years. As we need to move forward to face new technologies, it was very important to master the new strategy according to all the weakness and strength we have discovered after those 20 years. Mobile phone is today very popularized, and for the government is a very great challenge because the population are connected through the cyberspace, and the government is in charge of welfare, of the development of its population. How can we succeed in allowing them to be connected and be sure that we give them what they need to remain good citizens and participating on the development of the country?
Also present at this forum were representatives from Cameroon's best 3G network, Nextel. The representatives say this was an enriching ceremony or occasion for mobile telephony stakeholders in Cameroon. Let's listen to them.
Many people have participated for the activity, from the civil society to regulator and the operator of telecommunication. So what I wanted to say is what very, very good for us to be here, and we have been require many knowledge after this section. So we thank God for this opportunity, and we are also I also want to thank the chairman of our company, Mr. Baba Amadou Dampulo, for what he's doing for our country to promote economics, numeric economic and development in this country. So we are grateful, and we hope that this opportunity we will use this opportunity to increase the equipment and the revenue of our enterprise by using the modern technology that proposed by the Ministry of Telecommunication.
Still in line with mobile telephone networks in Cameroon and the quality of services they offer, Ate Bonaventure in Yaoundé spoke to some city dwellers to get their opinion on the appreciation in terms of quality services offered by these networks in Cameroon. And here is the report he compiled for the news.
Recent figures from the Ministry of Posts and Telecommunications show that the number of mobile telephone subscribers in Cameroon are above 18 million. Over the years, the sector has witnessed some innovations which Cameroonians appreciate.
To me, it's a blessing to the whole Cameroon because it has changed lives and a lot of things. It has facilitated communication, and it has also boasts the speeds of business. But talking on the quality, in the cities like Yaoundé, it is not bad. But when you go back to the rural area, it is a mess.
The COVID-19 pandemic has led to people switching to online transactions, which many find wanting because of unstable 4G connectivity.
That 4G network that they are talking about is not really that. And I think they have to review that connection, review whether they have to build more satellites in order to increase the connection, in order to increase the network, so that we can better make our researches on internet.
Despite the numerous advances made to ease mobile communication in the country, some still believe that mobile telephones are not indispensable.
We use it because we see the mobile telephone. We can still go back to in those days. Communication in Cameroon is very expensive, so they can just reduce the price so that everybody can get access for it.
Article 4 of the 2010 e-communication law states that every citizen has the right to benefit from electronic communication services. Yet, a good number of enclaved localities are completely out of coverage.
Now to round up with news stories out of Cameroon, United States envoys to Libya have arrived in the North African country as a show of support to the interim government of the country. And for this, they request the withdrawal of all foreign forces from Libya. And the French President Emmanuel Macron has planned to visit Rwanda in order to renew the country's ties with that of France. This is meant to happen ending of this month. Rogeatu Buba with details.
Senior United States Department officials held talks in Tripoli in a show of support for Libya's transitional government and urged the withdrawal of all foreign forces. According to the officials, they are urging Libyans and foreign forces to fully implement a ceasefire. This includes the removal of all foreign military forces of all types. After talks with Prime Minister Abdul Hamid Dbeibah, the United States officials declared the goal of the United States is a sovereign, stable, and unified Libya with no foreign interference and a state that is capable of combating terrorism. Oil-rich Libya has been torn by conflict since the toppling and killing of dictator Muammar Gaddafi in 2011. The Prime Minister's team is tasked with organizing national elections set for December. The officials declared the agreement on an electoral roadmap for election in December is very important for national reconciliation. The number of foreign troops and mercenaries in Libya is estimated at more than 20,000, including 13,000 Syrians and 11,000 Sudanese, as well as several hundred Turks and Russians. France is expected to establish a new page in relations with Rwanda as President Emmanuel Macron is to visit the East African nation at the end of May. His visit will be the second by a French president since Rwanda's 1994 genocide. Speaking at the end of the Paris Summit on Financing Africa, Macron said his visit will be of remembrance, politics, economics, and the future. He added that he have agreed with President Kagame to write a new page in relation and do development projects. Relations between the two countries were frozen from 2006 to 2009 after French judges issued warrants to arrest against Kagame's close allies. This was in relation to the shooting of a plane that was carrying Burundi and Rwandan presidents in April 1994, the event that triggered the genocide. Rwandan authorities have been accusing French authorities of a role in the 1994 genocide and harboring the perpetrators.
That's the end of the news for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for staying with us and for letting us inform you. We do hope to see you tomorrow when we return for the last edition of the week on DBS television. Have a blessed evening and once again, happy National Day.